was dangerous from birth. Let the world treat him badly when he'd done nothing to deserve it. At least then we would have known. We could have helped him. For the first time, the other woman looked at her properly. Her eyes were flat. A ghost of a smile played across her mouth. I did help him. No, you didn't. You hid from the truth. You decided that it didn't matter. She didn't know why she was so upset by it. Given the circumstances, it was the least of her problems. But it felt like the end of the world. Even now, after everything that had happened, so much pain had been caused, so many lives destroyed. You always thought you were a better mother than me. But you're in here, and I'm not. You should be. The woman leaned forward, her nose almost pressing against the screen, her mouth twisted in fury. You're hardly an innocent party in all this. I would never have done what you did. Never. The anger vanished. The woman sat back, folded her arms and laughed. It was a cruel, unpleasant sound. Keep telling yourself that, she said, but we both know the truth. You'd have done it in a heartbeat if you'd thought it would help him. She couldn't stand it any longer. She got to her feet and hurried to the door, legs trembling. It was only as she reached it that she stopped, took a breath, turned. Commit murder, you mean? I don't think so. It wasn't until she was outside that she realized she was crying. Because she knew, deep down, that it was true. Chapter 1. Bea, 18 years ago. GSK has announced today that they have developed a new non-invasive test for the M gene, which requires only a cheek swab and gives a result in 48 hours. Current testing requires a blood sample and can take several weeks, with a second test often being needed due to inconclusive results. It is thought that the NHS will begin offering the swab test to parents of newborn boys by the end of the year. Like many things in her life, motherhood came as something of a shock to Bea Mitchell. She hadn't planned it, she wasn't prepared for it, and it was obvious from the start that she had no idea what she was doing. She was 23, unmarried, and hadn't even realised she was pregnant until she was almost 4 months gone and her jeans wouldn't fit anymore. And even then, she'd spent almost a week thinking it was the cream donut she couldn't seem to stop stuffing in her face. And now, 9 months gone, peeing every 5 minutes and barely able to dress herself, it seemed she still hadn't figured it out. You've come too early, the midwife said. We can't admit you until you're in established labour, and that could take hours. Go home. She turned and walked off, stiff-backed, before Bea could say anything else. Bea could feel her brain slowing down. Her thoughts wouldn't come together. The air inside the building was too heavy, too hot. She turned and hobbled back outside into the cold. It had started to rain, huge, chilly droplets bouncing off the pavement, the road, her head. She wasn't wearing a coat because the one she had wouldn't fasten over her belly, and the only shoes she could still get on were her flip-flops. Beside her, her boyfriend Alfie sparked up a cigarette with a trembling hand. He'd stopped smoking when she'd found out that she was pregnant. She hadn't even known that he had cigarettes on him. What should we do? He asked. Bea pressed her hand flat against the wall and leaned all her weight against it, digging her nails into the gritty stone as she breathed her way through a particularly sharp contraction. I don't know. We should probably go home, right? There's no point hanging around here when you're not actually in labour yet. You heard what that midwife said. We can always come back later. He looked even paler than usual, head buried inside the hood of his parka, 2 days' worth of stubble darkening his chin. The end of the cigarette glowed as he sucked on it. Right, Bea said. They made it round to the front of the hospital and had the bus stop in sight before she knew she wouldn't make it. It didn't matter that she wasn't in labour yet, that it might be hours before she was. She couldn't get on the bus, sit on the hard, cramped seat, leaning into the corners, bouncing over potholes. She just couldn't.